Thank you very much for joining me in this discussion on Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a very powerful tool which is basically used for data analysis and presentation. We actually have two ways of starting Microsoft Excel. So on your system, you can go to the Start button, then you search for Excel. It will pop up, then you click on it to open. So if you have 2010, 2013, 2016, it will perfectly work, and even 2019 because the concepts are the same. So I have already opened mine on the taskbar, so I'll just bring it up on the screen, then we will talk about it. So the first thing you see when you open Microsoft Excel is what I normally term as the backstage or the welcome screen of the application. So if you are using 2010, 2013, this might be slightly different, but the principles are the same. So when you come to home, basically it takes you through your recently used Excel workbook, and it gives you the location of where they all are. Then you click, then you just have access to those files. Then we can also come to new. So new talks about you searching online for a template. So assuming your boss is asking you to prepare a particular workbook and you have no idea, but you know what you're looking for, just type in one or few keywords. You click, you type, then you search for it, then you use it. So available to us, I have blank workbook, expense report. So if you don't know how to create expense report, someone has already done it. That is why we term it as a template. You click and you use it. Then a host of others. Personal calendar, academic calendar. You need not to do it from scratch. So you pick a template and you use it for any particular purpose. Good. Then we can also talk about open. So if you want to open a particular workbook, this is the interface. 2013, 2010 might be different, but the concept and principles are the same. So these are the pinned ones, which I always work with, and I will show you how to pin it. So if you want to pin, you just click on the pin push button, and it will be pinned. We can also talk about looking at other folders you've been through today, yesterday, so it keeps track of where you've been at when working on the particular workbook. So you come to this PC, then you can go to my current location. We have documents, we have other locations on my system where I can get my Excel workbooks. So if none of these locations contains what you are looking for, then you have to come to browse. So once you come to browse, then you go to wherever that particular Excel workbook is located. Then you click to open, then it opens. Then we have info. So this info section will basically talk about the properties, the size of the file, the title, then the author. So if your username for the computer is this, then automatically it should pop up. Then last modified by, because there's a blank workbook, we've not saved it, you can click on show all properties. So in the course of my presentation, I will be taking you through a series of exercises that will lead us to explore all these areas where you can work, protect, check for issues and all of that. If you want to save, this is how you go about it. You can save it on your PC. You browse to a location and you save it. You can click on browse, then you select any of the locations. So basically, that is how you go about it. When it comes to printing, this is where you do all the printing. So I just want you to know that these are, options available. And as we are training to become Microsoft Office specialists in Excel, you need to have a total understanding of these various areas. So as I go through this series of tutorials with you, you get to understand all of these areas. And even if you want to close, you close the workbook, but the Excel window remains open. Okay, so let's go to new and pick a blank workbook where I try to explain the interface. So this is my blank workbook. I already have book one, so let me close one. And let me use this opportunity to explain the names for this particular interface. So over to the top, we have File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Help. That QuickBooks is, because I've installed QuickBooks, that's why you see QuickBooks tab added. So we call all of these tabs. And from this particular gray area, just right after this green line, to the bottom of it is what we term as the Microsoft ribbon. So if I click, it will collapse the ribbon. If I want it back, I click on the tab, the ribbon for the Home tab pops up. So I can click to pin it so that it doesn't disappear. Good. So under each of the tabs, the Home, Insert, Page Layout, they all come with their ribbon. So if I click on Insert tab, it comes with the Insert ribbon. If I click on Page Layout, it comes with a Page Layout ribbon in that particular order. So as specialist, it is my responsibility to help you understand the various functions under each of the tabs and when and how to use it. So if I come to this particular group, we call this group, there is a name and there is a demarcation. So this is clipboard group. And this button you see over here is what we call the dialog box launcher. So when you see another one in a particular group, that's also a dialog box launcher for that group. So this one will be termed as the dialog box launcher for clipboard. We also have the dialog box launcher for the fonts group, the dialog box launcher for the alignments group, the dialog box launcher for the numbers group. We have that of styles, but styles do not come with dialog box launcher. So why do we have these dialog box launcher? It's basically to give us access to additional commands which cannot be found within the face of this group. So if I click, I get access to more commands I can work with, like strike through, superscript, subscript. You won't find them here. So that is basically it. So if you're looking for a particular tool in a group and you're not finding it, launching or executing the dialog box launcher will make it possible for you. So basically, that is the use of the dialog box launcher. So if I come to the Insert tab, these are the various groups: tables, illustration, add-ins, chart group. So the chart comes with the dialog box launcher. We have tours, we have sparklines. Depending on the version, if you're using 2010 or 2013, you might probably not see this. But the principle behind the organization of the tabs and groups are the same. And it's my job to help you understand what they are used for. Then if I come to page layout, it also gives me different types of what groups to go through. So as we move through this series, you will understand why we are using groups, why we are using tabs, then why we are using such functions for specific purposes. Good. Then over here is what we term as the name box. So one thing about Excel is, or any of the Office applications we have, is when you position the mouse and leave it there for some few seconds, the name pops up. So that is name box, which gives you an indication of the current active cell. So automatically Excels are being grouped into rows and columns. So this is a column A, this is rows. So an intersection of a column and a row will give you the cell name, which is A1. So if I come and click on D, let's say 7, and it tells me that I'm currently at column D, row 7. Good. Then we call this the formula bar. So this is where we will put most of our formulas when it comes to calculation and presenting data for analysis. So I've already explained the columns and the rows. Good. Then we have the sheet tab. So if you are using 2013 or 2010, you probably see more than one. But in the advanced or other versions of Excel like 2016, 2019, they only give you one. Then you can create as many as you want depending on your computer's RAM. I've not really tested the limit, but you can try it. It's endless. Good. Then we have the scroll bars. So if you want to scroll up and down, you use this. If you want to scroll left and right, you use this. So you have the vertical and horizontal. So this is the horizontal and this is the vertical. Then we have other view types. So we have the normal way of looking at our worksheet, which is sheet 1. Then we can also have the page layout. We looks at it in terms of pages. Then we can also have what? Page break preview. So all these are the various views associated to this particular workbook. Good. Then we also have the zoom slider where you try to zoom in or you try to zoom out depending on how you want it viewed on your system. So this is just a quick tour of our Microsoft Excel workbook, and I did not even mention the title bar. So from this section through to this section is what we term as our title bar. So when you see the workbook, automatically the name you give to the workbook appears here, hence the name title bar. So if you need help, other versions will not have this particular help option. So you just type what you want to do, free space, anything that comes mind. Once you type add, let's say add. So insert what? If you type sum, automatically it will give you what? Suggestions. What do you want to do? Do you want to do this, do that? So you explore all these features. Then we have what we call the quick access toolbar. So you can actually customize this quick access toolbar. So if I don't want my macro there, I'll just right click on it and I'll say what? Remove from quick access toolbar. So it's not always the case that the quick access toolbar is at the top. You can bring it to the down. Once you click on this arrow, you come to show below the ribbon, and the quick access toolbar will be below the ribbon. What it means is anytime you have certain buttons or commands you use often, you can actually add it to your quick access toolbar. So if I'm at the type that uses the orientation command a lot, anytime I'm working with Excel, instead of moving from home to page layout, I just come and click on it, right click, and I'll say add to quick access toolbar, then it will be added. So anytime I want to use it, I need not to come to page layout. So that is giving you easy access to frequently used commands from your day-to-day use of the application. So I can take it up to the top, show above the ribbon, then it goes up. So basically that is a quick intro to our Microsoft Excel, and it is important that you understand the tabs, the groups, the dialog box launches, because I'll be making references to this a lot in my presentation. So I'll try to move step by step, teach you how to enter data, move within your workbook. Then I'll focus on each group under each tab for you to understand why you use such tools just to make you efficient and productive. So I really want to thank you for the time. That I'll see you in the next lesson where I focus on the tabs and their various groups and teach you how you can use the tools to be productive and efficient at the workplace. So to summarize, we basically looked at how to start Microsoft Excel. You can either do that by going to the start button, searching for it. You click, it opens. I also take you through the backstage of the application, the info tab, the save as, the publish, the account. So you later delve into that and look at it. I also take you through the interface itself, the various tabs, the groups, the dialog box launchers. So I'll need you to go back to the Google Classroom where you go through lesson 1 of the official academic course. I want you to go through it, read, and add to your stack of knowledge, because the only way you get better at this is to keep on practicing every single day, because the objective is to make you efficient, productive, and also make you a Microsoft Office specialist. So please do not go anywhere. Be consistent, and I will encourage you not to give up. Keep practicing. That is the only way you will get better. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, you can do that by searching for FITTS CERTIPORT, Fit Certiport. You can also go to our website www.fittsgh.net. You can also look for us on YouTube with Fawoma IT Training Services. Thank you for the time, and God bless you.